Today we're in the Lake District, a place called Rydal-Water. We're parked just near the River Rothay. Little car park, coat how, free parking. Gonna turn right out the car park and then right again, follow the River Rothay up towards Loughrigg Tarn and make it around. So we've turned right out the car park, down the road, couple hundred yards, you've got the bridge, over the cattle grid, and then we're going to turn right up the tarmac road or track. So as you turn right, you walk over another cattle grid, just keep heading straight forward. We have a quick look at the hills at the back of the car park. There's a fair bit of steam and mist on them because of the rain we had yesterday. We head forward, then you cross over a third cattle grid and there's a row of houses on your right hand side. On our left hand side as we walk forward we've got stepping stones over the River Rothay. But we just keep heading forward. We just take a quick shot on our right hand side, the rock formations and the trees and that, and there's a stone hut on your left. Right, just walk down the road another 3 or 4 minutes and as the river starts going pretty sharp to the left, you'll see a white house in front of you. And then on your right hand side, look, through that gate there, we take a right turn going uphill. We're heading towards Loughrigg Fell. You're walking with a taxi driver today. We walk up the side of Foxgill and then we turn left over a little bridge and we decide it's a great place to take a photograph. This is a very steep bit, I think it's only short. We're walking up through the rhododendrons and in a few weeks I think this will be a blaze of colour. It's very misty on the top as we go a bit higher. It's about a 1 in 3 climb just for this bit. That was just a short, sharp bit of intense walking that. We just keep heading forward. It's levelling out a bit now. We've got a tiny little stream on our left hand side. We keep heading forward. Just a slight bit of drizzle, but we think this will come out all right. We're getting near the top now, following the wall, and as you can see it's getting quite misty in the distance. It's the 29th of February, leap year, and we're just surprised at how many people there is up here. Look at that there. Oh well, we'll keep going. So just keep walking up Loughrigg Fell until you see the trees on your left hand side, fir trees, it's about a couple hundred. And you'll come to the end of this stone wall. You just turn left there. As you can see where them people are walking in the distance, you just join that track. And then we just keep following the footpath with a little pond on your right hand side. We follow it round the front of Ivy Crag. There's plenty of footpaths crisscrossing with no footpath signs, but just follow the main one, it's easy enough. We'll just take a quick shot as we cross over the little stream. Just before you start to drop down, take a look at the left hand side with your camera. Great shot of Windermere there. And that's where we're going down, where them people are on the track in front of us. You can still see the mist on top of the hills. We keep heading forward. As you come round the corner, you've got Skelwith Bridge straight in front of you. But we're turning right. You've got a seat, so that's a good place for a view and a picnic if you want one, or a drink. We're following the wall and we're heading towards Loughrigg Tarn now. As we walk along we take a picture of this tiny little waterfall that's crossing under our feet and we just keep walking along with the wall on our left hand side, making our way steadily downhill now and just keeping to the track on the inside of the wall. This is an easy walk to follow. As you drop downhill and it starts to level out, Just look to your right hand side. And you'll see the gate there with the yellow arrow. Just go straight through. This is just a shortcut to the Tarn. There you are, just give you a quick check. You've got big trees on your right hand side and a wall. We go over this stile with the gate on your right hand side. We've taken this little path instead of the road in front of you because we wanted a bit of height to get a better view of the lake. We cross over the road at the side of the tree and we cross over the field in front and we're just walking or going to walk down the side of the lake and then pick the road up at the other side. As we walk along, laughing and joking, we look to our left hand side and we suddenly see a cross. It says, in memory of John Stanley Skelton, drowned 4th of June 1960 while on holiday with Cowley Boys Grammar School. We just look out onto the lake. And we've a pair of goosanders there, look. We're just sat having a sandwich now, and there's a grebe there. We've just watched him fish. Just gone back at tree again. Yeah, we just sat having a sandwich here and watching goosanders go by. There's 6 altogether. We've got a grebe. We're trying to catch him, but he keeps going down. Every time you get your camera on, he's looking somewhere else. And then we've got some Canadian geese just in the back. So we've got about half a dozen Canada geese, we've got about half a dozen goosanders and a pair of grebes by the look of it. There he is, he's back again. And we've been sat here about half an hour having a sandwich. And
other one's over here, John.
You are?
Other one's over there.
Yep. We've got 2. And we've just seen a heron fly over, so there's a fair bit of wildlife here on Quiet. We go by the side of the lake and then make our way over this stile onto the road and then turn right. As we walk down the road, we just have a quick look to our right. And then just keep bearing right round the road. You'll see a sign in front of the tree, says Grasmere too. And the road goes in between 2 sets of buildings. So we're just steadily walking up the road. We just look to our left hand side as we walk along. Just keep following the road. You'll see the sign towards Grasmere on your left hand side. Walk down the hill pretty steeply towards Grasmere Lake. On your right hand side you'll see a bungalow. We turn right there. We're going into Deerbolt's Wood now. On the footpath sign you'll see Rydal and Grasmere Lake, but we're taking the low one to Grasmere Lake and that'll still bring us out to Rydal further on. As you can see, Grasmere Lake's on your left and we're following the path through the wood, slowly getting down to the bottom and heading towards Rydal. You could use the top path if you wanted, but we've decided to take this one. As we come out onto the lake shore, we decide to take a shot, and that's looking across the whole lake. And just in front of us here, we've a little swan just come to get his picture taken, which usually happens when we're out filming. There we are. We head forward towards the weir and you can see there's a seat at the other side. And then when we look to the left hand side of the weir, we think we've a couple of tufted ducks there. They've just dived, so let's see if they come back up. Yep, there we are, 2 of them. We keep going. 100 or 200 feet in front of us we've got the bridge. There's a path going straight forward, but we're going to turn right slightly uphill because we want to head towards Rydal Water now. So as you can see, you've got the lower path on the left, we're on the higher path, just going across the bottom of the fell there, look. As we walk along, we've got the river down below, and you can see the mist coming down on the top of the mountains. But we just keep heading forward. And then as you come over the top, just look into the distance. And there we are with a couple of mountain bikers. And there's Rydal in the distance, look. Well, we're going to head down now towards the lake. Well, we're slowly heading down towards the lake now, so we thought we'd just get one quick shot of these 2 islands before we get any closer. And then we just look to our left hand side and the sun's just come out. We haven't seen a lot of sun today and it's 5 to 4. The island in the middle, we think there's rooks landed on the left hand side. But as we take a closer look, we can see the cormorants. Can you see him there with his wings stretched out, just drying in the wind? He's closed them now. I've just said he's got his wings out. He must have heard me. He's closed them, but he's still there. We can see 4 of them. There we are, we'll leave that for now. All we're doing is following the path at the edge of the lake into the wood. Well, we know there's red squirrels in there, so we're keeping our eyes open. Before we go into the wood, we turn round and decide to take one last shot across Rydal Water. If we kept going on this path, this would straight up past them people, that would take us back to our car park. But we're going to take the low road, or the low path, round the end of the lake, have a quick look in Rydal, and we're going to have a look, see if there's a pubber out there. But we can still get back to our car park. We've just come through Rydal Wood, White House in front of us, and then we look to our left hand side and we see the footbridge over the river, so we're going to cross that and have a look. As we cross the river we can see a dipper. Let's zoom in. We're about 30 feet away, stood on the bridge, and he's looking straight at us, look. There we are, that's a better shot. We're keeping quiet, well, trying to keep quiet. There we are. Well, he was on them stones and my battery's just gone dead, so by the time we've changed batteries, he's flown. As soon as we walk off the bridge onto the road, in front of us we see the Badger Bar, so might just call in for a quick pint there. And then just past the pub you've got Dora's Field, National Trust, and then just further on you've Rydal Lodge. Just opposite Rydal Lodge you've got Rydal Hall and Rydal Mount, and Rydal Mount was the historic home and gardens of William Wordsworth. We think it's up the hill towards the church somewhere, but we haven't got time to film that now, so we need to be going back to our car because it's getting on for 20 past 5. We decide to make our way back towards the footbridge now, so we make our way Back over the bridge. The white house in the distance was called Coat Howe. It's organic. It's a tea room, but it looks as if it's closed in the winter. So we walk across the side of Coat Howe, up these steps, and hopefully should take us back to the car. Well, we've had a quick look in Rydal. It's not very big, but there's a pub and a guest house or two, and say there's Wordsworth's home in that, but we don't know exactly where that is because we haven't got time to go up and look. I hope you've enjoyed our walk in the Lake District. Rydal up to the edge of Grasmere and round. You've been walking the taxi drive today.